Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, bringing you all my eBay sales update for the month of January 2019. I had a pretty successful month and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all. Stay tuned. Okay, to start off with this sales report, this is the first item I sold at the new year. This is a set of 3 General Electric high definition flash or floodlight bulbs. So these were actually a Target clearance pickup. They were a $1.84 each, and I sold the lot of 3 of them for 30, so that's about $8, $9 each, which is still a fairly decent profit, I think. So a little less than $6 turned into 30. I'd say that's a pretty good return on investment. Next item was actually something that got returned because it was described in the title as the wrong product. So of course I said I'll take the item back and refund you the money, or refund the customer his money. So this is another sale of something that I returned and resold. So this is Ralph Wild by Ralph Lauren Eau de Toilette for women. I paid $5 for this and I took a best offer of 40. I think this is something that a lot of resellers or just people in general tend to overlook. The crystal chandelier pendants, depends on the style or whatever, it doesn't really matter. These do sell because people are always restoring old lamps. They have pendants on ones now that are broken and they want to, of course, restore it to its original and like new condition. So they will buy the old pendants and reuse them. So I think I paid $3.33 for all 44 of these. They were free of chips and cracks, and I sold them for $39.99. This was a little interesting. I was pretty surprised that people still buy this Avon stuff because to me it all stinks. It's just ugh. So this is Avon Black Suede Aftershave. It's about 3.25 fluid ounces full. I think this was $3 or $4 at one of my thrift stores, and I sold it for $17. Now these I've had for quite a long time, and they weren't as valuable as I thought they were. So I kept marking them down, lowering the price and lowering the price, and finally I took a best offer at from $15 to 12 just to get rid of them because I was sick of having them. So yeah, these rustic bathroom fixtures people still buy, they just are not as valuable as I thought they were, but that's okay because I still made money on this with other stuff that I bought, so win-win. Now these, if you remember from another video, were actually it was a very good pickup. I don't use a lot of aftershave, so I decided to go ahead and list the 2 bottles that I had of this vintage. When I say vintage, it's from 1991. Uh, Ralph Lauren Safari for Men. This was $2, and I actually took a best offer of 50, which is fine because $2 to 50 is a pretty good return on investment. I have the other one listed for a little bit more with no best offer at $75, so hopefully someone will jump on that because it has 2 watchers on it. Now again, this was another really good pickup. This is Shania by Shania Twain Stetson Eau de Toilette. I believe this is a discontinued fragrance, that's why this is worth so much. So I paid $6 for it, and I took a best offer of 90 for it. So that was a really, really good pickup again. Now going back to our estate sale days, which we haven't done in 2 years, because where we are now, there just aren't a lot of them, and we just don't have the time to go to the ones that are down where we used to live. Anyway, I found these flags that were in the original box at the last estate sale we were at, and I had them for a while. I don't know why I decided not to list them, but I did. And I was richly rewarded. So I had it up for $89.99 and I took a best offer of $72 for it. I paid so little and I've already made my money back. I think we paid $100 for everything that was including Dad and me. So we paid 50 bucks a piece and I've already made that back. So this is extra profit on top of what I've already made. Next item is something that took a while to sell. These canisters, I guess maybe there's just an abundance of them out there, and unless they're like the Tupperware ones from the 70s in good condition, they just don't sell for a whole lot. Anyway, I picked these up at a thrift store down where I used to live for 8 bucks, and I think what sold them was the fact that I used rustic and farmhouse in the description, because as you can see, these are kind of like something you'd see in the farmhouse decor that's really popular right now. So I took a best offer of $20, and the person who bought these lived in California, and they paid about $20 just to ship them out there. So sorry, you Californians, but yeah, shipping is not cheap for you all. It really isn't. It's like buying something from Canada. It's extremely expensive to ship stuff there too. Or even coming out of Canada, it's expensive. So you guys remember a while back at an antique store, I picked up these Alberto Vargas Pinup Girl playing cards for 40 bucks. Now, I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, why did you relist them for only $5 more than what you paid? Well, my intentions for these were to keep them, and I was gonna, have them and, display them at some point. But I was really uncomfortable spending the 40 bucks that I did. So, and I should have just waited because I got a blue and pink deck. Two of them for just a little over, I think it was maybe $7.75 more than what I paid for just this one deck. So I wanted my money back, and of course, when it comes to antique stores, co-ops, and flea market places, you can't really return anything to them. So I decided to go ahead and list them on here. I had them up for $49.99, and then I decided to go ahead and drop the price $5, and they sold for $45. So I got all my money back plus an extra 5 bucks. I was really, really happy with that. This was another flea market pickup. It's a Sweet Pea Eau de Toilette, um, I guess fragrance. I don't even know how old this is. It was $1 and I sold it for 15. For a while there, I was picking up fragrances really, really cheap, and I still do once in a while, but then I started seeing some that were really nice, and then this guy wanted like $15 and it was in a box lot of junk, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. Sorry, dude. This I've had for quite a while too, and I was really surprised that I didn't get more than what I had listed it for. So I had it up for $16.99 originally, and then I dropped it to 14 and then to 12, and nobody bought it, and I said I'm done. I'm gonna drop it to 10. I think I may have paid 3 or 4.50 for this, probably more like 3.50, which was, I mean, still good. I made $10, but eh. Now, this was something again that I thought would be worth a whole lot more than what it was, and I did pay about half of what I sold it for. So, this is a Ralph Lauren Home Hutchinson Creamer. I actually picked this up at Burlington a while back with the intentions of it selling for 30, not 20. So I paid 10 and sold for 20. Not a really good return on investment. And I didn't want to go ahead and bring it back to the store because I lost my receipt. I don't have the tags on it, and I just didn't want to go through all that hassle. So I said, I'll just make my money back plus $10, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. So this next item was a customer return again. This is Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio. It's an 1.7 ounce, it's eau de toilette, which if you guys don't know, eau de toilette can be from both men and women. I wasn't really sure. I just assumed that it was for men because eau de parfum is for women and then eau de toilette is for men, but eau de toilette can be for women too. So the customer returned it, and then I said, yes, of course, if you didn't like it, of course I'll take it back. And I emailed them afterwards and I said, hey, when I saw eau de toilette on it, I just assumed it was for men. And then the customer who bought it from me responded and said, oh, it's no problem, I would have thought the same thing too. So of course I refunded or told him he could return it. I got it back. I refunded him, and it's now relisted for the same price. So yeah, this one I actually took a best offer of $15 for, and then, went through the whole return. This next item, I'm actually in a little bit of a battle. This Merton American Fireman with ladders, like an HO scale. These were made in Germany. I don't even know how long ago. So I sent it out on the 29th of January. And for whatever reason, the post office messed it up and had it all sent all over the place. It was down in Ohio, and now it's coming back through Maryland, and now it's being sent to the right person in Indiana. So, the person emails me and said, "Why didn't you do a better job of shipping, yada yada?" And I'm like, dude, once it goes to the post office, it's out of my control. I'm sorry if you haven't gotten it. And yesterday he decided to say, I want a refund, and my dad is like my eBay mentor, and I told him about what happened, and let's just say he was not a very happy camper. And he was like, no, you're not going to refund him anything. And with the response that I gave to the guy, and even beforehand, I had sent him pictures of the tracking information as to where his item was. So I went ahead and just gave him the tracking number for this item, and I responded as soon as he gave me the um, request. And hopefully he gets his item, and I'm not refunding him anything, because I have a feeling this is one of those, like, oh my god, he's trying to scam me, he wants his money back, he's going to get the item and keep it. And I said in the message there, I said, hey, look, if you're not satisfied with your item, I'll accept your return, and you'll get your money back as soon as I get the item back. But I was not going to refund him his money when he doesn't have the item, because I've had that happen to me once, and I'm not doing it again. And for a while there, I thought to myself, let me just do it to get him out of my hair, because if you guys can see under the seller information, I have 593 100% positive feedback, and I just hit top rated seller again. I'm not looking to have that, or am I looking to have a negative feedback? My eBay feedback is very, very important to me as a seller, and as a buyer, of course. I've had it happen once, and if he does leave me a negative feedback from this, then I will definitely be contacting eBay over it. I don't know if they'll remove it, but if they do, I'll be really, really grateful, because it just is whatever happened was not my fault. So we shall see what happens. Alright, this was another arbitrage pickup, I guess you could say. I wasn't intending on selling them. I was going to actually wear these. They're Mario slippers, but I didn't like the way they fit. I lost the receipt for Walmart, and I didn't want to go through the hassle of just going there, standing in line, and waiting to return them. So I went ahead and listed them on eBay. I dropped the price maybe 2 times, from 15 to 12, and then I just decided to do a flat sell of $9.99. So I did pay 6 for them. Like I said, I wasn't intending on reselling them, and then I sold them for 10, so I made a few dollars from what I paid for them. So I was pretty happy with that. Last item is something that I've had for quite a while. Again, this is an authentic GoPro chest harness. It's like an accessory mount for your camera. If you guys hear my dog barking, I'm sorry. So I think I paid maybe $4 or $5 for this, and I had it up originally for $25, but then I decided to drop the price $5, and it sold for $19.99 with buyer paying shipping. So that's everything I wanted to share with you all today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to know when a new video is posted. All the links to my social media accounts are down below. Instagram is where I am most currently active if you want to follow me there. And thanks so much for watching.